So, at your full screen, you can zoom in. Your tow line and turn radius will turn when you turn the steering wheel as well. You can make sure you back up into what you got going on, or any parking spot you have. You have a 180 camera, so your left and your right, so you can see around. Schindler camera is for your fifth wheel, your gooseneck, so you can actually back up without having anybody behind you telling you like yay, no. You can also zoom in. But the cool thing is, this line, same as the other line, turns whenever you turn the wheel, so you can line up right with your ball, right with your hitch. Always got an auxiliary camera set up on the inside of them because we don't have a trailer back here. That's what it's for. And then the coolest thing I think so far, we got two cameras that shoot down the side of the truck, so you can see when you're backing in the angle your truck's going, your trailer's going. And you can also zoom into that to make sure you're not getting anything or glance anything on the side of your truck.
So basically what I'm here to do today is just go over some of the technology changes that have been incorporated in the new 2017 Super Duty. This happens to be the Platinum trim level. And first of all, we're going to discuss the up to 7 cameras that you can get on this truck now, okay? The reason I quote up to is because depending on the trim level and the options that you pick will determine the amount of cameras that you get, okay? So before we get started, I'm going to put it in drive. And I'm going to show you the first camera view, and you activate that by hitting the camera button. And this is going to initially start by giving you 2 pictures, one of which is going to be a smaller view of the front viewing camera. The next one is a 360 view. Now keep in mind the front viewing camera is where everything starts. It's located underneath the badge where you see that other truck over there, the Ford emblem. So it's going to be a smaller camera that's fisheye capable, which is going to give you a 180-degree view off the front of the bumper. It also has a washer incorporated with that camera because we tend to find more bugs at the front of the truck than on the side. So you want you to be able to wash the icky bugs that hit it or any mud that collects on the front of your truck. We also have a camera located under each mirror. You also have a camera located high center back that looks in the bed of your truck. And why would we want it to look in the bed of your truck? Is if you're hooking up a gooseneck or a fifth wheel trailer. That's where those connect, is in the bed of your truck. We also have a camera that's located on your tailgate. And what that tailgate camera does, it's also fisheye capable, so keep that in mind. That will have a 180-degree view of the back of the truck. That's more for conventional trailer hitches, boats, utility trailers, flat, like you're putting your quads on type trailers. That's where you hook them up to the bumper. And first in class, this next camera has actually been added to the back of a trailer now. It's a hardwired camera, which will give you better resolution, less interference, and the consumer installs it. It comes with the kit. I installed 6 of them on that larger trailer over there, the 20-footer. It took me about 5.5 hours to do all 6 of them. So again, it depends on how neat you are, how permanent that you want the wiring to be attached to that trailer. Again, everybody's different, it varies, okay? So I'm going to show you how you expand the views going forward, okay? You hit that icon up there and it's going to give you 2 other choices besides what we see right now. This will increase it to the larger full screen mode, which will open up the whole front view if you look at it. Hit that icon again, it's going to activate the fisheye capability, which again, we're going 180 degrees off the front bumper. So let's pretend this is a real life scenario. I'm pulling out of a construction site and I'm getting ready to turn left, okay? So I'm going to stop right here. And I can't see around the corner quite, right? Because this is a taller truck, so I'm going to rely on my cameras. Do you see to the right, 90 degrees here? There's a dog, right? In the camera. I wouldn't have been able to see that had it not been for my camera on the front. And you can see to the left, you see the little girl kind of peeking around the corner?
Okay.
Hard to see from this angle, right? And if it was a wall, I wouldn't see her at all. Or if it was traffic coming from each direction. Or imagine a bicyclist. Or a jogger, we've all had that happen to us, correct?
Yeah.
So it allows for you to see before you even pull out the street. Next, we're going to have the backup camera. And as you can see, it'll go to the same basic screen as when we started the front viewing cameras, correct? Looks pretty familiar, right? You have your 360, but now it's going to show the trailer behind us. And you see that line I'm wiggling? That will show you where your trajectory and where you're going to end up based on where your steering wheel is located. So again, we're going to expand our views and then go to the full screen. So that's going to give us a better view. So let's say hypothetically that I'm backing up to a trailer by myself. which can be difficult in its own because you can't see the hitch, right? So based on that, I'm going to line that up right with the hitch to the trailer and the hitch on the back of my bumper on the truck. Oh, there goes the sensors. What's that telling me? I'm getting closer to the trailer behind me. So because I am alone, I'm going to rely more on the zoom functionality. That way I can get it even closer and more detailed. That way I don't have to get out of the truck or rely on anybody. And that's for a conventional trailer. Now you ask yourself, what about a fifth wheel or a gooseneck? Now the high back center camera will line you up for a gooseneck or a fifth wheel trailer, and that's in the bed. And again, I can zoom that as well, as you can see. Completely centered on a gooseneck trailer. You don't have to get out of the truck until you lower that trailer onto the hitch. So you can see that this is where it would save you a lot of time, right? A lot less have to prepare or rely on others to help you hook up the trailer. The best view that I like, because I do pull that longer trailer, is being able to see behind my trailer. So I've never been able to do that in the past. What if I had to do is put it in park, get out before I back up, take a look, and then even when I get back in, I'm like, gosh, I wonder if I'm going to hit that. Get back out, go double check again. Because we're always second guessing, right? You don't want to mess up your trailer, and yet you don't want to hurt somebody else's property either, right? So you click on this auxiliary button, and that's going to show your view from behind you. So let's say in real world experiences, I'm backing my trailer up in my driveway, and my son forgot his bike in the driveway. Now I can see it's there before I run it over and either smash his bicycle or hurt my trailer in any way, or both. So I'm out more money. This camera eliminates all those issues. So what I tend to use is both my mirrors and the camera in conjunction with each other. So my mirrors for getting the general backing up completed, and then my camera to get all the fine detail backing up completed. Make sense? Awesome, right? And that's industry first. Keep that in mind. For this type class of vehicle, a trailer camera. And it can be removed and taken to other trailers, or you can buy multiple camera systems if you have multiple trailers. Okay? So now we're going to go to, it's basically what's called the trailer reverse guidance system. And what this does is it stitches the two screens together so you can look at both sides of your truck and trailer before you back up. The beauty of this is in manual mode right now because for display functionality, we don't have a real trailer hooked up, obviously, because we're inside. So that kind of puts us in some issues as far as safety, hitting things. We want to make sure this is what we can display. If we were in real life scenario, it would have a picture of your truck and trailer superimposed on the screen as well. And as you turn the steering wheel when you're backing up, you would see the trailer going in that direction that you wanted it to. If you get close to jackknife, this is the screen that will get into the red and let you know you're about to jackknife before you physically do. So you'll know to stop, forward, and straighten up your trailer before you, again, damage something or damage somebody else's property. So again, it's a safety feature. And in the manual mode, you can cheat more to the right, or you can cheat more to the left. Let's say there's more obstacles on your left, or more people, or more boaters, and you don't want to hit them. So you can see where that would come into a lot of scenarios, right? That's the final camera that you can actually view on the screen. I'm going to cover this housing camera, and basically what that does is it helps with the driver assist capabilities and our technology that's on this truck. The lines right here kind of represent basically the lane keeping system, and you'll also be able to see above your transmission selection, when I hit this button, it will activate the lines for the lane keeping system above your selection for the transmission. Do you see that?
I see it.
And you can also deactivate it and you'll see the lines go away. But what the cameras do is it sees those lines above 40 miles an hour. It wouldn't make sense in a city atmosphere. So when you're above 40 and you start drifting out of your lane, you'll notice the steering wheel starts vibrating and it'll pull you back in. And again, that's something that you can deactivate if you don't like it. Unless you turn your signal on to get over. Let's say there's somebody slower in front of you on the freeway. You turn your signal on, the system deactivates and allows for you to get over without shaking the wheel. Once your signal's off, the system's reactivated without you having to turn the button back on. So that eliminates that from scaring you as you're getting over. Make sense?
Perfect.
And again, we make our technology like that so you can turn it off as well if it's something that inconveniences you. This will also help with the adaptive cruise control. So I like to keep it simple and kind of explain how the adaptive cruise control works. So older days, you see you had your controls, your cruise control on, and this guy slowed down in front of you, or gal. You would have to tap your brakes and it turns your cruise control off, correct?
Correct.
Now with adaptive, if this guy slows down and you have your adaptive cruise control on, your vehicle will slow down and maintain that distance between the two vehicles. So then you're not always turning your cruise control on or off. He speeds back up to the speed that you originally set it at, and it'll maintain that same distance. And again, you can turn that system off as well if it's something that you're not comfortable with using. And I like to point out as well, you know, you can take this back, look at the different views. It's real simple to use. What I recommend people do if they buy this vehicle, get in a parking lot by yourself. Get to know the vehicle and the different camera views and how they can benefit you. That way you're not fumbling through it and learning it as you drive. And that's what I did. Being in such a new vehicle and truck, so many new features that we brought to the Super Duty. It really does take time to educate yourself on the vehicle. Everybody learns in a different way, and some things you may not like the full view, so you may not ever go to that, and you'll kind of adjust how you use the vehicle to your own catering. Any questions?